the number one reason why Asian men get destroyed by women in dating, relationships, and all of the above. So let's crack into this, guys. Just like a previous coaching video did in regards to Indian men struggling with dating, I've noticed also when I've coached guys out there with a cold approach and boot camps and whatnot, besides Indian guys, I've noticed Asian guys struggle as well, but not for the same reasons that Indian guys struggle. If you want to find out why Indian guys struggle, watch that coaching video. It's here on my channel. This one is about why Asian guys are struggling and getting destroyed by women. Really, it's twofold. There's a major reason and a minor reason. I'm just going to go with the major reason first, and then I'll tell you about the minor reason. So the major reason why Asian guys get destroyed by women is simply this: because they're just too nice many times. Too much of a pushover. Plays into the stereotype of Asian men from older movies, like from the 70s, 80s, even some in the 90s. Stereotype Asian guys as nerds. They're on the honor roll, 4.0 GPA, spend most of their time studying instead of partying. They're a bunch of squares. They're weak. And women, especially Asian women for that matter, right? Their own race. Asian women see that blood in the water. They interpret their kindness as weakness. They just take full advantage of them because they feel like, okay, well, they're a pushover. They're not going to fight back. So they take full advantage of these guys. A lot of these Asian guys let them because they don't want to lose them. They want to try to hang on to them. They want to keep them. I remember this big thing that went down with a YouTuber. I think it was about like 4 years ago now. Was it Tech Lead? I think it was Tech Lead, where his wife left him or something, but she completely took advantage of him. He was like paying rent in this apartment and whatnot. She took him and his kid and just left. But then he realized quickly the error of his ways. After all that happened, I think he said he was like living for her. It's been a while since I saw that video, but he did a whole video on it. And I just remember, I'm like, okay, I get it. Obviously, I've coached a lot of Asian guys. I've seen them have the same problem, or they end up finding me because they just went through a divorce or they went through a hard breakup. They just want to better understand women, and they want to better understand game and how to be more successful with the opposite sex. That's where I come in. So you have these guys who are just a little too nice, right? Just a little bit too much of a pushover, and these women take advantage of it. That is the major problem I see. Now, the minor problem I see, which is the second part of this, you have these other Asian guys on the other side of the spectrum that are just not nice. They're like too macho, too full of ego, too full of themselves, a little too full of rage. And when you're full of like that much rage and that much ego, you don't have room in your mind for self-awareness. So you're completely unaware of how unhinged you look to everybody else. You're not really connecting the dots of how your behavior is affecting other people. It's basic egocentrism. And I'm going to give you the Google definition of egocentrism. It describes as individuals who struggle with understanding perspectives beyond their own and experience a sense of detachment from the world around them. These macho, self-absorbed, self-centered, egotistical dudes that don't have room for anybody else's opinion but their own. So there's almost like there's no balance of the in-between. And really, that's where you find success, is in the balance, having a little bit of both and knowing when to play off of both, knowing when to be nice and knowing when to not be nice. Really, that's game in a nutshell. Basic push-pull. Give the girl a little, then you take it back. You give the girl a little, you take it back. And this requires a great deal of self-awareness. The pushover types definitely have a lot more self-awareness than the macho Asian types, if that makes sense. I've noticed I'm able to work with the Asian guys who are a little nicer, and I'm able to work with them because they're able to just push their pride aside to learn. And they do. Many of them learn. I'm always proud of when a student goes from here to here. They just completely do a 180 as far as their game goes. They get so much better. Everything about them improves. I feel like I'm able to help them a lot easier than the Asian guy who's full of himself. He thinks he knows everything. He's like, why am I even on this boot camp? Why am I even talking to you? I don't know this, I know that, blah, blah, blah. I did this kind of way, I did that. And I'm like, okay, well, then you don't need me. Just unwilling to learn or hear somebody else's perspective. But this goes basically for all races, right? It doesn't matter. When you have too much ego and too much pride, you are not willing to let that go so you can actually learn something from somebody else. And in order to learn from anybody, you have to have that sense of humility about you. Go, hey, maybe this person knows something I don't. And that's the way I always look at things, whether it's in my business or in pickup and game. If somebody is doing something that I've never seen before, or somebody's doing something that I know can help me get better, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to look at that guy like, what, man, that guy's so much younger than me, or, oh man, that guy sucks. I push my pride aside so I can learn. The balance lays in the middle. Everything in life, as Mr. Miyagi said, requires balance. When you have balance, everything is better. Don't be too much of a pushover, yet don't be too much of a macho a-hole. True social mastery lies in between, not in the extremes, but in between. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up tonight's coaching video. If you gained value out of tonight's content, don't forget to smash the like button and hit that subscribe button on your way out. And also, if you want to learn pickup, game, cold approach, you want to learn from the best in the world, that would be me. Jump into 7 Months of Mastery below. You'll get all of my best tips, tricks, and techniques that have taken me about 3 decades now to master. You're getting it all in this program. I wish I could have just jumped in my program 30 years ago. I would have saved myself 30 years. Right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month, so take advantage of it. It's the best way to support my work, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.